I do love these. Jackie knows me well. What's not to love? They're so cool. They're so fun. I love a loafer, and I often say, like, I don't want to wear my winter loafers in the spring. I want to wear my spring loafers. And there aren't as many options when you go to get a loafer for spring. This is definitely screaming spring, though we do have more of that classic black if that's what you're looking for. Absolutely. The rest of the palette is like, as we see on Jackie's feet, phenomenally cool, and they're on sale. I mean, these are, and I'm saying only because it's this brand and this leather, $159.98, which is incredible. This is brand new, my pick of the show, one order of the year. Can we just have a moment for lavender? Like, is this also brand new?
This is brand new. I was stopped 3 times on my way in from other people that had seen the shoe. And I hadn't even, like, I just was so amazed. I'm like, I have never been stopped so many times. They're like, you have a loafer that's coming up. There is a loafer in this show.
This is the kind of loafer that stops you and you're like, wait, hold on, who makes this?
Right.
They're so light and they're so comfy. That color on Christie's called cream, but they all kind of have a ombre vibe.
Right. That was who said, you know, Maria Loki with Barefoot Dreams saw me on the way into the studio. She was on her way out. She had seen the lavender and she said, you have an ombre shoe in the show and I'm dying over it. And I said, I do? Because I was thinking like, you know, the burnishing details, but I was like, I have an ombre shoe. Am I not prepared for this? She's right. She's right. Ombre, I think I'll use ombre instead of burnishing because it gives you that variation in tone, which I also think gives a very kind of rich, beautiful feel to that leather.
And a design that's so different than the emerald. You won't get that in the black, but that's the only one. The rest will have more of an ombre. In the black, it's very classic, and they did it head to toe in black. But look at this. I mean, very light. Never ever would I one-handed throw up and down a loafer shoe because it would be heavy. I'd be afraid if I dropped it, I'm going to, you know, squish my toes. This is like nothing. I mean, it's awesome.
That's the beauty of it. I really feel like when we have these greater, I mean, well, first of all, the lug, kind of the lug outsole is so huge right now in so many different styles, but particularly in the loafer. It is not going anywhere. It is a mainstay. It is a must-have. But to be able to do it in a way that is ridiculously lightweight.
Ridiculously lightweight.
Like you are not carrying anything heavy around at all. It just bends and moves the way that the outsole's already articulated. It just naturally moves with you. But looks so cute. The cut of it is so classic. It's quintessential preppy loafer done in stunning colors. One of the coolest features that is my favorite about this loafer is when you look in the back of the heel, it's like we gave you a little pillow. We gave you a pillow around the collar in the back, and that I would have given anything for growing up with the hard loafers that we had.
This little pillow.
We didn't have this. This is awesome. I mean, it's so soft. So to be able to put this on, we always encourage, you know, you don't have to wear socks with our shoes if you don't want to. You don't need a trouser sock with this loafer if you don't want to have to wear that. The barefoot option exists in this because you have the gorgeous leather all on the inside, but then that extra padding right there in the back makes all the difference.
Everyone's loving that lavender. Total between all our colors, we have fewer than 500.
Oh, wow.
We're extremely limited and popular in the lavender. We have the cream, which is what Christie's in. We have the emerald, which is what Jackie's in. We have the black, which is just your classic. If you don't have a great, comfortable black loafer, go for it. You have the sale price, $159.98, which is incredible because this is a loafer and it has a lot of leather. But it also has full foot coverage as we go into spring that feels very appropriate. So worry-free with your toes, but also for places like work where you want to cover your toes, or you have to.
Right, and then you can get this little bit of a spring influence if you go with one of the lighter tones. Love that. It's just so unexpected and so cute. I'm looking over at Jackie and I'm seeing the emerald and I'm just, you know, kind of gaga over the outfit because I love how she's more tonal with the jacket and the dress, but then does the pop with the emerald, which is really, really pretty. I mean, these are those gorgeous, carefully sourced leathers out of Europe. The leather is so buttery soft. It's soft to the touch, to the feel. It's just really amazing. That tongue is not stiff. It's very movable, very fluid, which is a word I love to use the most with this leather because that describes it the best. There's nothing overly, when we have structure too, the shoe itself, but you can see like that leather that's up against your skin is
Yes.
so soft, and it just, believe it or not, gets softer over time, which I always think is so hard to imagine.
If you want the lavender, we have fewer than 2 dozen, 3 dozen. I forget the last update, but it's almost gone.
Okay.
Absolutely so soft. There's 6 dozen remaining. We started with 140.
Wow.
The cream, 140. The emerald, 4 dozen. And the black, 150. To your point, Christy, I'm so impressed with how you keep your softness consistent, even in a more traditional, like, structured silhouette.
Right.
That's a hard thing to do.
Right, and to be able to have it structured in the spots where you need it to be, but yet soft in the spots that matter.
Right.
And then the fact that this leather, I mean, I have always said this when it comes to the Miz Mooz shoes, is that the fact that leather sort of takes on its own, like a patina over time.
Yes.
And then also the way it molds to your foot. Again, we're talking no break-in period. You and I are both putting
0
on brand new pairs right here. I could walk for hours in this. This
Yeah.
is so comfortable. I've got such great movement. The way the outsole has been constructed, I mean, it's got that articulation built in. There's nothing overly stiff or hard. You know how many loafers have you had where they're like rock solid on the bottom?
So many.
And you're like slipping. And
Either that or the upper is, you know, and stiff.
Right,
So it's like
right.
it's a either or, but this is the perfect combo. And you still get a little bit of a lift, which is nice.
Right.
You know, it's a little easier to accomplish that comfort and lightweight when it's a little more streamlined, but I like a little height.
Yeah.
And it's still light and it's not heavy. I mean, that's the promise that I think you always expect. But I was just thinking how, you know, when you took the Today Special Value off earlier, that was one look. You put these on and it's just incredible how this shoe can totally change your outfit.
Absolutely. I mean, it just has a really pretty elevation to it, and it looks great, and it's so on point right now.
Absolutely.
But
I
so
love the cream with your outfit. The lavender's nearly gone. 4 dozen remain. We have the cream, 120, the emerald, 2 dozen, and the black, 140 for the year. So grab it on sale today. I know, and we have so much time to wear this. This is, you're wearing this one
Now.
wherever you are, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
By the way,